Wadau, story yetu ya leo inaanza pale West Virginia, United States of America, around Tyler County. And our today's character anaitwa Anne Reeves Jarvis. So Anne Reeves Jarvis anazaliwa pale around 1832 in West Virginia. That's around Tyler County. And West Virginia is at that time is a very hard place. The land is not so fertile there. There are outbreaks of diseases like diphtheria, typhoid. Na pale the community is suffering a lot. Things are not looking good. So Anne Reeves Jarvis is a mother, and he gives birth to 13 children, but unfortunately only 4 survive to adulthood. And among the 4 kids is one Anne Jarvis. Yes, Anne Reeves Jarvis anazaa 4 kids. Among the 4 kids, anaita mtoto wake wa msichana Anne Jarvis. Hiyo tuandike mahali, let's pin mahali. The detectives wale naonanga investigative officers kigia kwa ofisi zao huwa wana pin. So hiyo Anne Jarvis tuipin mahali. Alright? So during this time kuna Methodist movement, like the Methodist Church ndo imeshika sana kule upande wa West Virginia. So Anne Reeves ama Reeves, however you're gonna call her, Anne Reeves is a staunch and a devout Methodist. So during this time kulikuanga the Methodist Church ilikuwa ina form movements ambazo zilikuwa zina tengeneza groups zinasaidia the community, na zilikuwa zinasaidia community like for milk supply, for medical funds, sababu kulikuwa na outbreaks za diseases. So like ilikuwa a movement the Methodist Church, the Methodist movement inasaidia kusupply vyakula, milk, food, to raise funds for medicine to the families and kids affected by these diseases. So it was a golden age of the Methodist Church. All right. So in 1858 our main character here tulisema ni Anne Reeves Jarvis. Anne Reeves, acha tumuite Anne Reeves ndio asiconfuse na mtoto wake, sababu mtoto wake alikuwa registered as Anne Jarvis, right? So in 1858 Anne Reeves, who is a stout and devout Methodist, goes on and ana launch kitu inaitwa Mother's Day Work Club. Mother's Day Work Club ambayo inasaidia the society or the community for the same purpose: supply of food, supply of milk actually, and teaching mothers on how to prevent the kids to be in contact with contaminated water. Sababu that area, the water of that area, West Virginia, as of that time, ilikuwa contaminated, and that's why there was a spread of disease like diphtheria and typhoid. All right? So anasaidia ku raise funds na kusaidia the community. So after 1858 in West Virginia, in Tyler County kulikuja ukatokea a civil war some few years after the launch of Mother's Day Club by Anne Reeves. So West Virginia region ikakuja torn into part, yeah, na Taylor County iliaffectiwa sana. So Anne Reeves proceeds to do a very very smart decision. Anakuja anasimama ana announce that, anasema this Mother's Day club, work club is a political neutral club, na akaambia every member akuwe neutral and impartial. Alright, so this club proceeds during the war to be nursing the wounds of the soldiers. Na wakakuwa like wanafanya this activity impartially, like wakakuwa impartial, wakakuwa neutral, awaegemei any side of the war, because kulikuwa na two sides that we are fighting. Okay, so they proceed for 4 years of nursing wounds of the soldiers impartially, without kulalia side moja. 3 years after the war ended, remember that walikuwa na nurse masoldiers, so alikuja aka found another organization inaitwa why am I forgetting, yeah, ilikuwa inaitwa hivyo. So angekuja on a random afternoon, anaita the soldiers na na make sure ameita both the disputing parties alafu angewa convince to forgive themselves and to give up the war. Yeah, so that was that was Anne Reeves pale ile enzi ya 18th, I think hiyo century ni gani? Hiyo ni I don't know, I'm not sure. Hiyo ni century gani ya 18th hapo, before tukuje 90s. Yeah, so akaendelea na hii like public health organization. Hizi ndio zilikuwa the first public health organizations in the US. Yeah, I think community health tunaweza ziita hivyo sahi. Yeah, community health. So unfortunately in May 1905 she died. Yeah, Anne Reeves died. Yeah, she died. So now tukuje kwa mtoto wake ambaye anaitwa Anne Jarvis. Anne Jarvis. So wanakuja wanazika mamake, and Anne Jarvis is a daughter to Anne Ravis. Okay, ile jina sasa yenye tulipin tutoe tuwekelee kwa meza sasa. Alright, so Anne Jarvis is not married at the age of 41. She's not married, she doesn't have kids, and is an advertising clerk in Philadelphia. Yeah, at a certain company in Philadelphia in the US. So Anne Jarvis anakuja remember when her mother was doing all this community thing, community forums, Anne Jarvis was so keen and alikuwa anaangalia. So mamake Anne Reeves she was also a Sunday school teacher for around 2 decades in a certain Methodist church in Grafton, Western Virginia. So anakama anakumbuka kitu mamake alisema loudly pale kwa Sunday school akifunza watu. Yeye anasema I would like somebody someday to rise and found a memorial day of commemorating the matchless efforts that mothers have put into the goodness of humanity. Okay, alisema hivyo kwa nini? Wakati during the war, wakati alikuwa na hizo forums, zilikuwa like ilikuwa kikundi, remember ilikuwa inaitwa Mother's Day Work Club, ilikuwa kikundi cha wamadhe. Alright, so wamadhe ile time kulikuwa na civil war, kwa hiyo group wamadhe ndo walikuwa na convince wanaume waache vita. So ndo maana alikuwa anasema I would like somebody someday to raise and remember the matchless efforts the mothers have put into the goodness of the society. hiyo time ya ku raise funds za madawa watoto na familia watibiwe typhoid na diphtheria, kufunza wanawake wa mama huko vile hawata contaminate au wataachilia watoto wa contaminate wakue in contact na contaminated water. Those were the much less efforts put by the mothers, because in that Mother's Day work club, that was the theme. All right, so Anne Jarvis raises and says, I am the person to make this day be commemorated. All right, so 3 years to the day when her mom died. Remember, her mom alikufa May 1905, and that was the 10th May 1908. Anne Sleeves organizes the first Mother's Day memorial service for her mom. Okay, and organized at Andrews Methodist Episcopal Church. Ilikuwa inaitwa Andrews Methodist Episcopal Church in Grafton, Western Virginia. Okay, so this church ndio mamake amekuwa a Sunday school teacher for the last 2 decades, na ndio aliongea ile maneno ya kusema mtu ajiraise aweke siku moja ikue like celebrated mothers juu ya kutunza the community. Okay, so ana organize watu wana turn up na ana buy some flowers zinaitwa carnations. Carnations ndio hiyo picha ya carnations. And why does she choose carnation flowers? Sababu anasema the way the petals are together in the middle of that flower, it is the same way a mother's love iko kwa the children. Juu hiyo maua inakuwa imeshikana hivi. So that's how a mother embraces love to her children. All right? That's why she chose carnations. So she bought around 500 carnations to the church. Kila mtu akaanza akapewa on that day ya kucelebrate Mother's Day. Hiyo siku memorial service ya mamake. Ilikuwa like a Mother's Day service. Yeah, like alieka as a Mother's Day service, okay? 3 years after the death of her mom. So in the afternoon, ali host a parallel service pale Philadelphia after service ya pa Andrews Methodist Episcopal Church. Pale around 15,000 watu waka attend. Okay, so after the parallel service in Philadelphia, Anne Jarvis proceeds to make another brilliant decision na anatry to change theme ya mamake. Remember, her mom's theme was to make this day a public day, like a national holiday. Okay, just to celebrate the mothers. So Anne Jarvis anakuja anasema Mother's Day. Remember, ile service ilikuwa pale, just to make you understand, ile service ilikuwa pale Episcopal Andrews Methodist, ilikuwa Mother's Day service. That was the title of but alikuwa anaona kifo ya mamake. It was like a memorial, but it was titled Mother's Day service. Okay, so she wanted to make it a singular possessive day for someone to celebrate their own biological mom, not like ikue Mother's Day. So what he did, singular possessive, after the word mother, between R and S alisema hiyo apostrophe iwekwe hapo katikati rather than iwekwe after S, ndio isikae ati ni kila madhe wote, ikae Mother's Day ni personal, madhe wako mwenye amekuzaa. Haya, sijui kama tumeelewa. I don't know how, yeah, like Mother's Day ikuwe your own mother, your own biological mother, not in general. Ikuwe ni Mother's Day, your mom, not general. Mother's Day, singular possessive. So this was the aim of Anne Jarvis, of which alishift theme ya mamake and Ravis. Okay, so Anne Jarvis proceeded to launch a letter writing campaign to the governor, to the governors. US ilikuwa like hizo majimbo counties like we have now, kulikuwa na ma states. So ana proceed kuandika letter, ana launch a letter writing campaign about Mother's Day to governors, to clergies, religious organizations, yeah, and congressmen. So 1912, the letter reaches to governor of is it Virginia, West Virginia state, yeah, and the governor of West Virginia state proceeds to make Mother's Day a holiday. All right. So in 1913, this reaches to 1912. The governor of West Virginia state declares it a holiday. So state ya West Virginia inaanza ku celebrate. In 1913, Pennsylvania state too declares it and follows suit ya ku celebrate Mother's Day. And in 1914 is when the congressman sign or ni kama bill, it's like a bill, vile bill inapelekangwa kwa bunge, they take it to the Congress, and actually the president of that time, who was President Woodrow Wilson, according to the rank of the presidents, he was the 28th president of United States of America. So wanaisign na wana designate every second Sunday of May to be Mother's Day. Yeah. Yes. So nationally in that country, US, president anasign your proclamation. Yes, proclamation. Anaisign after imepitishwa na congressman in the year 1914. So at this point, Anne Jarvis is 52 years old. 11 years after her mom died, ana achieve her dreams of making Mother's Day to be Mother's Day. Yes, so of course at this point anasikia hii kitu amelose juu ilikuwa yake, amelose juu ilikuwa yake na ilikuwa nataka ikuwe personal, ikaeni yake. So she proceeds and sues the nini, kwa sababu before she sues kwani sijakunywa tu maji bana. Alright, before she sues the nini juu like sasa okay, ilikuwa wapi? So like anafeel amelose hii kitu juu ilikuwa yake, alikuwa anataka ikae under her name, ya ikae ni yake yani. So anafeel amelose after the president amesign kwa a national holiday, sababu the floral company ama the flower industry, greeting cards industry wanaanza commodify the day. Inakuwa ni kama unaona vile Valentines, tuliongelea story ya Valentines, vile watu walikuwa wanarushiana makadi nini, Valentines card, vile printing technology ilikam. So watu, kampuni zilianza kuso a business opportunity coming. So hii siku ikaanza kuwa ni siku ya kutumia na maua, ikaanza kuwa ni siku ya kutumia na cards. So zile carnation, actually those white flowers, watu wakaanza kutumiana hizo juu Anjavis alianza kuzitumia kwa hii Mother's Day. So alikuwa disgusted vibaya sana, sababu alifeel watu wamechukua kitu yake. So ana launch kitu inaitwa Mother's Day International Association Day, na ana copyright her photos, her images and some phrases like second Sunday May na phrases like Mother's Day. Yeah, but hii kitu bana bado like haifanyi juu prezu asha sign huko ikakuwa national holiday. Remember kitu president asha sign ishakuwa hivyo, and you as a local person, as a local mwananchi, you cannot do something, you cannot do anything. So alienda a place where kulikuwa na a convention yenye walikuwa nauza the carnations to raise funds for World War I veterans. Akagombana nao wase sana juu alianza kusikia vibaya, akasikia hii kitu like watu wameiteka. So alienda akagombana na some group of women walikuwa mahali wanauza hizo flowers to raise funds for World War I veterans. So akaendelea hivyo kuvuruga, akaendelea kuvuruga, akakuwa arrested, akaekwa ndani, akaekwa in what we call sanatorium. Yeah, sanatorium. Actually alibishana na a lady alikuwa anaitwa Roosevelt somebody. Yeah, cause alikuwa na try ku co-opt Mother's Day. Alikuwa anaitwa Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah, around there 1944 walikorofishana, ukapata like imekuwa mbaya, akakuwa arrested even after that convention, the group of women. So akarushwa ndani in a sanatorium, and a sanatorium is like, what is a sanatorium? Sanatorium I think is like a medical treatment facility. Yeah, so before in the pale ndani there is a written message ambaye aliandikia the greeting cards printing companies and the flower manufacturing companies. Now watu walikuwa na try kuchukua hiyo, ilikuwa ni kama brand. If it were today tungeita brand. Aliwaandikia written message akasema, a printed card means nothing except that you are too lazy to write to the woman who has done more for you than anyone in the world, and candy, you take a box and then eat most of it yourself. By the way, yeah, hivyo ndivyo aliandika. Hadi candy industries, hizo maswiti za maswiti zilichukua take that advantage ya Mother's Day. Candy ni sweet. Yeah, so akaenda pale na akaanza kusuu the candy factories or industries, the carnation, the floral or the flower manufacturing industry, the greeting cards manufacturing industry. Akawasuu na alisuu around 33 cases kwa koti, akikwambia yani wamechukua day yake ikafanywa national holiday. Lakini sijui kama ina make sense juu if alikuwa anataka ijulikane ikuwe Mother's Day, so ingekuwa ni yake, ingekuwa kufanywa national holiday, inge make sense kweli, si ingekuwa tu inajulikana na watu wachache. Sababu I think or rather I think alikuwa anataka iandikwe under her name or something. Alikuwa na feel na ion, but all of a sudden ilipelekwa hivyo, maybe juu kulipwa juu after ya found something like that. Yeah, so alisu all those companies na akakuwa na 33 cases. Now by this time ako 84 years ako pale sanatorium, miaka imeenda. na alifika mahali akakuwa blind. So ile inheritance yake yote alikuwa zote alikuwa amespenda kitembeza kwa makoti. Locals. So akaendelea sukuma makesi, but alikuwa shakuwa old, alikuwa around 84 years hapo, alikuwa hata ameanza, I think hadi alikuwa blind. Alipoteza her sight. But in 1948, 24th November, akaiaga dunia. So akawacha around 33 cases. Kwa amesu charity organizations, church organizations, hizo flower manufacturing, candy industry, greetings card manufacturers. So but unfortunately akakufa sababu all inheritance yake ilikuwa imeishia, pesa yake yote ilikuwa imeishia tu kwa koti, kushinda tu kwenda kwa koti. So it is rumored that hizi organizations zenye alikuwa amesu zilikuwa ready to pay the pending bills za pale Santorium, ile treatment facility, but it is just rumored. So the life of one Anne Jarvis ended there. And guys, that's how Mother's Day was born, designated to be celebrated on every second Sunday of May. It extended from USA to other continents. So Anne Reeves mwenye alikuwa anasaidia wamadhe pale in that region yenye haikuwa best in living, haikuwa na condition fiti. Mtoto wake akakuja kuendeleza the vision. Hivyo ndivyo tuliget Mother's Day, though mtoto wake yako anataka kuimake kwa national holiday, but nashangaa kwa nini kama ako anataka ikuwe national holiday ingejulikana aje, angefanya tu within that area, kweli inge spread kweli. Alright, maybe alikuwa anataka aioni kwe yake iko written under her name sababu ni yake, ni brand yake. So that's how tulipata Mother's Day, and that's why we celebrate mothers, the people who have given birth to us, who have carried us for 9 months in their wombs. They have breastfeeded us, taken care of us, making sure we get vaccinated. That's how Mother's Day ili come through. So the theme of Mother's Day, according to Anne Reeves, ilikuwa to commemorate the matchless efforts of how the mothers were wanting the best for the community or for the society around that region, sababu kulikuwa kuna spread magonjwa. So ikafanywa a day to be commemorating our mothers. So kuna mtu iko silent, nilisahau. So that's how Mother's Day was born. I'm shooting this on 14th May. It's some few minutes to 9 p.m. 4 days after Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy late Mother's Day. Ningefanya hii video before, lakini message imefika home. Sio. Message imefika home. Hivyo ndivyo Mother's Day ilikam. Life ya Anne Jarvis ilikuwa cut short akifight for us to celebrate our biological mothers, not for it to be a national holiday. That was the theme of this woman, not for it to be a national holiday, but for us, alikuwa na fight for it to be you, singular, possessive, celebrating your own mother, not mothers, but for every person to celebrate the woman who gave their birth to them. Ndio kitu alikuwa na fightia. ando ikakuwa Mother's Day. Yes. Iwabambe sana wadau. Remember to subscribe, like the video, share to your friends, let them know that sisi ndio tuko. Yeah, mimi kazi ni kuwapea juice, to educate you guys, to inform you, and maybe to entertain you. Yeah. Okay. Of course, I can be an entertainer. Of course, I can be an entertainer. Yes. Yes, so subscribe, man. Hi. Support your boy. Mimi nawapea juice hapa inaelekea saa 3 na naenda Nairobi. Alright, yeah, so subscribe. Mimi nawapea juice hapa. It is illegal in this channel to watch and you have not subscribed. You are risking. It is illegal to watch and you have not subscribed in this channel. So kindly guys subscribe. Follow me on TikTok at Abedi, on Instagram at Abedi, on Facebook at Abedi Kenya, K-E. Remember Abedi, it's A-B-E-D-Y. Right? Iwabambe sana. Kama kuna some theory imeacha, unaweza weka hapo kwa comment section. That's why we have that comment section there. Kama kuna details, una feel zimeachwa, zibwage pale, tuzungumze, tupige gumzo. Yeah. Iwabambe sana. Adios.